Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Welcome to the Enter The Fangirls podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Lexie, and we're two girls with a slight obsession of everything pop culture.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Watching this, you probably watched the Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2 discussion video. This is just going to be us talking about theories of the season and... Ow, I just threw out my head. Theories of the season and also Season 5, which isn't coming until 2024. It's totally fine.
So annoying.
Yeah, it very much is. Yeah, we just have a bunch of theories that we want to talk about because we keep sending them back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
So many. Like, I just look forward to it at night. Like, I'll just go through. I'll be like, okay, time to go through Alexie's For You page for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also talked about Easter eggs in the end of our last episode.
Yeah.
So we won't be talking about those here, but maybe they'll slip in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we just jump into it.
I guess so.
We'll try to mention all the TikTok usernames.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are kind of like said by a lot of people. So like if you were the original poster and we didn't mention you, so sorry.
Yeah. TikTok
TikTok is a wild place. Also feel like I've seen stuff on Twitter too, but
Yeah.
that's like kind of stuff I'll just like mention, but like I cannot track this down.
No.
Do you want to lead this because you wrote all these theories down?
Sure.
I will throw my 2 cents, but I'll let you guide this because you have all the usernames. And
So
stuff.
the first 3 are from the TikTok user _Haley Rose 4. And these first 2 I've seen before. The first theory is that they're going to have to go back in time in order to fight Vecna because the Upside Down is stuck the day that Will disappeared, but the real world is in 1986.
I still want to know why that's stuck. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
Like, I get that's obviously when the first gate was open, but like, was it? I don't know. Listen, it's like 10:30. I don't have the brain capacity.
No, but that's a great point. Was it because was Vecna created and then like
I wish we had heard about the Creel family earlier in a season because I think that would have made this pay off a little better. Like if they had passed by it on their bikes and was like, oh, there's this Creel house kind of thing. Just like set that up to come back at another time. Because I feel like maybe that would have given a little more insight, but
so
I can't remember. Didn't 11 open a gate before that though?
So I think the first gate opened was when Vecna was created, and that was by 11. But I think that gate closed, and then I think they opened up the.
Is that the one that
gate.
she closed? Yeah, she closed that one.
The very first gate that she opened immediately closed after, and then I think the next gate that opened stayed open.
Okay, and that's what took Will. Or that's why Will got taken.
Yes.
Okay.
Once again, it's been a while since I've seen the first season.
Okay.
But if any of you sweatshirt's very fitting for this. If any of you know what Stranger Things is based off of, it's based off of the Montauk Project, which time travel happened. They tried to do time travel during the Montauk Project. So
we went to the Montauk Project.
Yes, we did.
We
went to Camp Hero.
Hell yeah.
We did not break it, but
no, we went
to go to Camp Hero.
Around it.
So I mean, it would make sense for them to try to incorporate the time travel aspects of the real life events, and
part of me wants them to introduce time travel because I think it'd be cool, but the show already confused me.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. But like that would make sense with gates, like not only opening to a different dimension, but opening it to a different time.
Yeah.
So I could see them doing that. And also, obviously, time plays a big factor with the clocks and everything.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
Yeah, which this also goes into another theory, which was mentioned a little bit when Volume 1 was released, that the guidance counselor has a necklace around that's shaped as a clock, and it's a key. And if you look at the grandfather clock that shows up when Vecna comes, there's a keyhole in the clock. and people think that she has something to do with it. Maybe the key can pause time, can destroy stuff.
Interesting.
Like, not really sure. So, which obviously so many people posted about that theory. I would have thought she would have came back, but then again, there was really no room for her to come back
There was
in this volume 2.
much.
But it's also interesting. We don't really know why Vecna chose the other 3. Because
Just that they're all being seen by that guidance counselor.
yeah.
That's the only thing I think they have in common.
Which is so, because he has to know the guidance counselor somehow in some weird, twisted way. Because how do you choose them? I mean, I guess since the upside down mirrors, but you
What's
can't.
the guidance counselor's name?
I have no idea.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, I do know.
It's okay, I'm looking it up.
I just forgot it.
Never mind. My theory is wrong. I was gonna say maybe she's Alice Creel. She's not Alice Creel.
She's Asian. I'm
I
sorry.
know. I was gonna say yeah. I was like maybe they look alike. I forgot what she looked like.
But no, like I also have like a theory that maybe like in some when Henry was around when he was little, like maybe she was part of his childhood in some way.
That's what I'm thinking. It has to be something like that. She has to be something significant.
Yeah, and I just feel like that's just too coincidental to not mean something.
Yeah.
I feel like I also wanted to say something else about it, but now I forgot. Yeah, I don't remember. That's okay. And then the last theory that this girl said that I thought was kind of interesting, but I don't think will happen, that number 8 will come back to help fight Vecna.
Was number 8
in season 2?
Season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was like, is number 8 the one who like tossed 11 around the room in volume 1? But no, it's 11's sister.
But then this also doesn't like line up with the season 2 and then this season.
I can't see 8 coming back because she's never come back.
Yeah.
And that was a bottle up. I feel like that was maybe a pitch, like a backdoor pilot in a way, but it didn't go well.
Yeah, no. So that
maybe that was one of the spin-offs they were planning, and then they saw how shit that went.
Yes. Okay. This next theory I've seen by multiple people, but the TikTok I saved was from 3C Films. And it's a theory that
follow him on YouTube.
he's very good.
He's very good. Yeah.
He always pops up.
I subscribe to him. I like his movie commentary.
He said that Will's painting will come to life. And I think that could happen. So
I like that.
The dragon is a D&D character. His name is Boris. And he said that Vecna will become Boris and attack.
That's gonna look so scary.
I know.
Oh my god.
I don't see how. I mean, I don't know anything about D&D, but
yeah.
I feel like
we gotta learn
even
how to play
though
D&D
it's
before this.
I know, I really do want to learn.
I want to learn too.
I just don't see how a 3-headed dragon can be more scarier than Vecna, which is so weird because obviously a 3-headed dragon.
Do you think Vecna's the scariest one? Because I think he might be my least favorite. I think what he do is creepy and scary, but I think I might have found the Mind Flayer a little scarier because that just like disintegrates you into mush.
I think it's just because Vecna is an actual person and the mastermind of it all. Is he the scariest thing to come? No.
Yeah.
But since he's controlling it and actually has a human brain, I think that's frightening.
Yeah.
So, and I was thinking of this, but I also forgot 11 didn't have her powers at this point. Maybe 11 is like That's a Raven Simone, and can see into the future. And like, because she commissioned the painting. So like, I find that weird.
She commissioned the painting. That was Will's way of making it not look like he did that just for Will. That's how I took it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure
that probably is.
I think that's the case because he didn't want to be like, because he saw like Mike looking at it and he's like, Elle commissioned this. She wanted this, and it's just like, I'm not gay. I don't like you, but like he does.
Oh, we forgot to mention that little speech.
No, we like briefly touched on it.
Okay.
We didn't touch on like the whole thing. We talked about like.
Yeah.
We really should have talked about that.
I know. It's okay.
The scene of Will and Mike in the car, absolutely beautiful. Noah Schnapp, he did amazing.
Incredible.
There also wasn't much really to talk about. It wasn't delved into enough this season, but season 5 I think will be a big thing.
Who knows? Because they have a lot to cover in season 5.
They have so much.
But obviously we know the show does so much foreshadowing that this can easily be foreshadowed into the final season. And I don't really know how D&D works, like I said, but Boris might be like the biggest one, like D&D character. I cannot take my word on that. I will go look that up right now, actually, because I'm very curious.
What if this series just like ends with it all just being a big D&D campaign?
Yeah, I keep seeing that. I don't want it.
No, I don't like that kind of ending. It'd be bomb, but like then it kind of feels like a waste.
No, I don't know how D&D works, but this is level 33 villain. Class 4E level 33 solo controller, and that just sounds scary as fuck.
Yeah. Either way, if that theory comes true, I think that'd be a really cool theory.
I would love to see the special effects that come with a fucking ginormous 3-headed dragon.
I'm just thinking Game of Thrones and how they did their dragons and how good they looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be so good.
It would be so good.
But
like even I would just like love to just see them come up with some really random looking creature again.
Yeah.
Like the demo bats, the demogorgons, I just think it's really fun to see what they can come up with. What's your next one? Oh, we already kind of talked about the next one.
Yeah, we did. So the Duffer Brothers said that demobats can actually kill people, so that's why I don't think Eddie is dead.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that brings me into a theory I just saw on Twitter.
Okay.
So someone... Oh, sorry, I saw it on Twitter, but it's from Tumblr, and it's from Eddie Lover, but it's Eddie Lovr. That's how it's spelled. And it says, Jonathan and Wayne, Eddie's uncle, are putting up missing posters while wearing the same jacket. And Will comes back, and Eddie could come back now. That's like their theory. So that's what Jonathan was wearing when he was putting up Will's poster. And then that's what Eddie's uncle is wearing. So they're wearing the same jacket, and people are thinking that might be a hint that because Will came back, that's like foreshadowing that Eddie's going to come back. I'm not good at explaining theories.
No, they're very hard to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of tidbits that can really get you thinking that.
Yeah. The next theory that I saw, which has been said by multiple people, is this one explains it though. This is from jd.web on TikTok, and it says Karen Wheeler is Alice Creel.
I want to believe this one.
I know. Hold on. I gotta listen to this because I don't. So people think this because Karen Wheeler is the only adult besides Joyce and Hopper that got a poster for season 4.
Also because why else did Nancy have to see the entire backstory?
Yes, that as well.
Because that was random.
So if you notice in the posters, there's houses in each of their posters, and each of them kind of go with their storyline.
Yeah.
Her poster has the Creel house, which Homegirl did not even touch
Yeah.
in this season. So people think that's could be why. But aging wise, it doesn't really match up. People are like, oh, this guy said that she was 12 in 1953, which would make her like in her 40s in like the 80s. But you also have to remember Henry Creel is like, he looks, what, 20 something when he's 1. And that's like not much further like ahead of time.
But is it possible that Karen is younger than we think she is? Because like, is it actually like specified that she went to high school with Joyce and Hopper and them?
No.
So like, she could be younger. She could have had Nancy really young.
She could.
Because Nancy's what, like 15 in the first season?
Okay, there's
16.
I think 16.
Yeah. So like, let's see, because I think Joyce is 41. I've read in the first season. So I'm like, let's say Karen's the same age. That would make her 25 when she had Nancy. So she easily could be younger.
Yeah.
Like, she could have had her at 20. She could have had her at like 17. Like,
Yeah.
so like, there is possibilities that she's younger, especially because they've never, I don't think, from anything I've seen in the show, they haven't specified that. Fan fiction is another story.
Yeah.
But yeah, does her Wikipedia say her age?
I don't know.
I'll look that up. It says she's born in the 1940s, late 30s, is what they're saying.
Okay.
It makes it interesting. Because then for Joyce, it says she was born in 1942, and she's 41 in season 1.
Okay. Also, didn't Alice Creel die?
No, I'm pretty sure they said, I think there was something with it that she didn't actually die. She was like in a coma or something.
Okay.
Or maybe she is dead. Hang on. This is saying she's deceased. This is saying she was 15. And she was born in 1944.
No.
So then how old is Henry supposed to be? This is saying he was born in 1947, which would make him 12. In 1959, 32 in 1979, which is when the gate opened, and 39 in 1986. I'm not even, I don't know why I'm trying to justify this.
No,
There's literally...
We've watched Riverdale and we know they don't justify ages, so we're
No.
not trying to justify ages here.
Sorry.
So I think it would be cool. I can't really see it.
I just want Karen to have more screen time. I liked when she had screen time in season 3. Yes, she was kind of, being a cougar, and it was a little wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, I liked seeing her have screen time. It was fun. She's fun.
Yep.
I think there's fun things they could do with her.
There is. The next theory is... Ooh, hold on, my sound is on. This is from Just the Nobodies. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, no, this one is by Sue Kingston with 2 N's. She says that they have to... She says, remember when Vecna says the souls of those he killed is always with them? They probably got to kill Vecna to get her back to her body, as in Max.
So that kind of brings me into another theory that I've had, that it's kind of going to turn out like the It movies.
Okay.
But I'll touch on that more later. But in It, Pennywise has like all the souls of everyone he's ever kidnapped or killed, I guess. So like maybe that is something. Maybe Vecna and It Pennywise, I guess is actually what he's called.
Well,
are like more...
That makes sense because they used Halloween a little bit in this season.
Yeah.
So they can continue using horror films.
And I believe it would have been out around this time.
That is true. I don't know what the first movie came out in.
I know when the movie came out was 1990, but I don't know when the book came out.
Okay. Someone also commented on this video.
86. But I guess I don't need that because it's not like actually
Sure.
in the show. But
someone also commented that maybe that's why he mingles the body, so in case he dies, they can no longer live in their body anymore. But Max's body is still there.
It's a good theory, actually.
It is. I can see that. Going kind of still on that. I've seen this theory multiple times as well, and this theory is from Just the Nobodies.
I have seen this one.
That Will come back as new host body.
People think Will's gonna have a villain arc in season 5.
Yes, which between there's been a lot of parallels between Vecna and Will, or Henry Creel and Will, and it does make sense.
And like Will already has a connection.
Yeah.
Like with the hair on his neck or his thumbs. And
Mm-hmm.
also we saw that he got overtaken by is it the Mind Flayer? I think so. I can't remember which season is which. He gets overtaken by it in season 2.
Yeah.
Like he is possessed by it. So if they're using the whole thing of going after the weak, I'm thinking Riverdale now. But going after the weak, Will dealing with his sexuality and being so worried about that, that would make him very vulnerable to, I think, Vecna. And also if Vecna can transform into people, he could easily turn into Mike and say really crude things to Will that would really throw him off and make him extra vulnerable, and that would give him the moment to just be taken over. I think that's likely.
Yeah, I feel like Vecna's been watching over Will this entire time. It's Vecna is still very much a part of him, and Will kind of said that he still feels him, he's not dead, he's going to come back. So they're still connected somehow, even though they moved away from Hawkins. Will's still in Hawkins, and Hawkins is still with Will, no matter how far they go. But I've also seen that Noah Schnapp said that he wants Will to die in season 5, which I think would be epic, but also really sad. And if Will has to sacrifice himself to save Hawkins and his friends, I think he would. And I don't think, especially now with Elle and Mike dating and Will having a crush on Mike, even though it's not confirmed, we all know it. Having Will and Elle go up against each other, I think would be pretty epic.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's reminding me of another movie and I can't think of what it is.
It's just going to be hard for Elle to do it because I know Elle really does care for Will, and obviously that's her family now. But she's going to want to destroy
Just imagine
Vecna.
everybody's reactions to that. Imagine Jonathan and Joyce reacting to that.
Yeah. It'd be so good, though. I don't want it.
Maybe it's going to top season 4 for making me devastated.
Yeah. No, this season 5 will utterly destroy me.
Yeah.
So
I don't want it to end.
Me either.
I want them to do a spinoff where it's just a sitcom now.
Stop. I would love that.
Right.
It's what we need. Okay, this next theory, I have to watch this video first because I kind of forgot that it was a stitch. So she stitched a video by .dizzy, and her Twitter is Paul Rudd Fan Club. So
Same.
this theory goes back to the D&D game in the first episode of season 4. And they say Vecna's dead. He was killed by Cass. So Cass is a D&D character, and he is a strong warrior and a vampire that uses a weapon and a shield. So this girl says, I'm going just have to mute this and read a word for what she says. So Kaz was a resurrected lieutenant of Vecna's that betrayed and killed him. Kaz was a human vampire that fought with a one-handed blade and a shield like Eddie. Traditional vampire lore says that the vampires are turned by bat bites. Eddie was eaten by bats. Older vampire lore also says that the human dies for a while, and then the vampire resurrects the body. And they say, see the Buffy the vampires. So if Dustin did look for a pulse that we didn't see, he wouldn't have found one.
Oh.
She also has the theory that things that not from the upside down
I don't
can't
really want
die.
Eddie to be a vampire, though.
I don't think he would be. Because Demogorgons aren't really bats. She also says that things that aren't from the upside down can't die in the upside down. Which
Can we
kind of
talk
goes
about your other theory that you have?
Yeah.
Because that ties in
goes,
completely.
Yeah. So I have a theory that
that just makes, like, I already kind of thought maybe you were right about that, but that just kind of solidifies it for me.
Yeah, so
Just tying the hair up, folks. It's getting real.
I just keep playing with it. I have a theory that it's oh my god, what is my theory? That
Everyone,
okay, so
yeah.
the upside down mirrors the real world. But no one officially died in the real world. All of them were killed in the upside down. So
some of them were killed in the real world. But like Bob and
okay,
like
yeah,
that kind of stuff. Like some of them, but like for the most part.
Yeah, but like
Bob ain't
Chrissy, Barb, Eddie, they all died in the upside down. Which the upside down is stuck in 1983.
Yes.
So even though the real world mirrors the upside down does not mirror the real world. So I have a feeling if they can destroy the upside down, everyone that died in the upside down will come back to life in the real world.
Yeah, that just makes me think of it more.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like they're trapped. It's kind of like Jumanji.
Yeah.
They're kind of trapped in the board game until they can beat it.
Yeah. So the only thing, though, is I know Barb's body, I think Barb and Eddie are still lost. They have not found their bodies in the real world. But like Chrissy and all of them, their bodies are in the real world. But all of them died in the upside down. So I don't know how they would come back. But their bodies are still in the upside down.
Maybe that's why you said like about how Vecna mangles the bodies so they can't come back.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's my theory. I can see it happening just for my sliver of hope that Eddie is going to come back. Yeah,
No, I can see that being a very real thing.
Yeah.
Please, do you know how much hope, like existential hope, that would give me?
Yeah.
I just feel like, oh, you mean I just have to destroy an underground layer and get everyone I love who's passed away back? Awesome, I'll do that.
Well, easy. I got it. No problem. Yeah, it's just mostly the fact that even though it mirrors the upside down, it's its own little universe and world. Because nothing else has really in the upside down has happened in real life. I'm still also really confused about how it's stuck in 83.
We better get a fucking explanation on that.
Because also a little wormhole in that theory is that even if time catches up with the upside down, if it gets to 86 or if they're doing their 5-year fucking time jump that I God forsaken hope they're not doing, it's not like it's the past, it's the future they have to catch up to. And like they're already dead in the future. In the real world, at least.
My brain hurts.
Yeah. So that's why maybe also time travel will play a factor.
They have to do time. They are doing time travel. If that's 83, they have to. I have seen your next one as well. I just saw a whole post on that.
Oh,
one.
yes.
The
So,
last two are mine. I'll talk about those.
okay, no, that's fine. I don't really like the last theory because I don't think it makes sense, but there's theories that Eddie is 10. I don't really know what solidifies this theory. Hold on, I'll just find the girl that said it. Or one of them. This is, where is this
I saw it
chick?
on Twitter. Let me find out what I saw.
I saw on Twitter too. I'll find the TikTok one. So this girl said Eddie is number 10 because when he's explaining to Chrissy about his childhood, he talks about having a buzz-shaped head. Hate to break it to you, most boys do that when they're children. Then he says that people always he wears a watch on his left wrist, which would cover his
so never mind. I did see all this on TikTok. Okay. I didn't see it on Twitter.
I don't have my watch on, but I know most right-handed people wear their watch on their left wrist, so that's nothing new either. And her third part to this is a little weird. When Dr. Brennan goes to get number 10 in the Rainbow Room, he shakes an 8-ball, and there's like a little dice in the 8-ball, and she said that's like playing D&D, like shaking the dice, which I don't think that's a decent theory as to why Eddie is number 10.
It'd be interesting, but even other people have said they're like, I think they said 10 has blue eyes and Eddie doesn't, or something like that. Like, just like little things.
It would be too much of a villain arc for a character that I love, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about mine that I put?
Yes, please do, because I'm very curious about yours.
Okay, so I'll talk about the Susie's house one first, but I have to go find the TikTok I sent you. I think I sent it today, or like last night.
Wait, did you send me was it that everything was it on TikTok or was it Twitter?
It's TikTok. I have it right here.
Okay.
So this is from @Robin_is_not_a_bird. Robin.is_not_a_bird. And it says the Susie's house theory, and it's that entire sequence of Susie's house when they're all like going through it kind of feels like a little sitcom kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But apparently that scene foreshadowed everything, and it says the kids are sword fighting, which foreshadows Hopper sword fighting the Demogorgon. The kid who's being bitten and is dying is Eddie being bitten by the bats and dying. The kid stirring a giant pot of water and saying that's too much salt is the California group stirring the saltwater tank with 11 in it. And then the dad in the attic needing to be distracted so he moves elsewhere is Vecna. I don't get that one really, but I don't know. That's all of them. That's all the ones that is listed on here.
That one's crazy.
That's crazy if that's true.
No, it's gotta be.
It's gotta be forced. There's the Duffer Brothers don't do anything.
Because it was just like it
feels so out of place.
Yes. And that's exactly why. Like, going to see Susie, I get, but to go through her entire house and to see her crazy family just didn't make sense. It was definitely great comedic relief. But it didn't make sense. But when you put it in that aspect, you're like, holy shit.
Oh, someone else said the kid with the arrow could be Will's drawing because Mike has a bow and arrow in his drawing.
He does.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like, if you go look up this TikTok and just read these comments, because people are giving more like foreshadowing and like parallels they've noticed. Someone said maybe Eden is a foreshadow of season 5. She would be the psychologist observing them and maybe acting afterwards, but I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that.
Someone said, and the kid being bitten was just acting, so that's a sign that Eddie's alive. And then someone said Cornelius turning the power on and off was just like the prison scene, so the kid flipping the light switch is just like in the prison scene in Russia. The choking scene is just like Nancy, Robin, and Steve with the things.
Yeah.
The dad got shot with a toy arrow in that scene and might allude to Vecna being shot by Nancy. Like, there are so many.
Yeah.
The kid with the bow and arrow is Cupid, and that's why he shot Mike, because Mike finally said, I love you. I don't fully get that one, but... Oh, someone said that's such a reach. These are really interesting. I can read these all night. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Yeah. I think that theory is so interesting.
It is.
And like there's no way that's coincidence.
No.
But then my last theory, and this goes back to my other one that I talked about earlier. So in the end of it, I think it's just in the book. I can't remember the movie that well. I watched it when it came out, like when the new ones came out. Can't remember if they did it in the end of it, but in the book, the town, what is their town called? Holy, it's on the tip of my tongue. Derry. So the town of Derry gets, after they defeat Pennywise, the town of Derry gets swallowed whole. Because it was like kind of stuck in time or something like that. So when they defeat Pennywise, he's kind of the heart of that town. And when he dies, the whole town basically just ceases to exist. And I kind of wonder if maybe that's what's going to happen with Hawkins. Because just the way they keep saying there's only one inevitable way to end the show, I'm like, are they just going to completely wipe out Hawkins? Is that the only way to get rid of the Upside Down? Because the Upside Down is only Hawkins that we know of. They've never tried to like treat it, but I don't know. It's a reach, but it's stuff I've like thought about before.
Stuck on it. I really thought this was just about like a serial killer clown.
No, he's like an alien clown who's like bajillions of years old. Hold on, I want to like actually.
Okay, so like when the town gets sucked, does the town like die?
Yeah, it just like ceases to exist.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case for this. I've also thought about this. So does the Upside Down is it only in Hawkins? Is there like a border around Hawkins?
I don't know.
I think so. Like, I mean like a invisible border, because people are obviously escaping Hawkins, but this isn't like it wasn't happening to them in California or Nevada or anywhere else. Like this is only going on in Hawkins. But I mean, I guess Hawkins is like the heart of it all, like you said.
Yeah.
So maybe like part of merging the Upside Down with the real world is to take over the whole world.
Yeah. Because someone else, I'm on another website, and they're saying that, have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's okay. It's okay. It says the losers, which is the group of kids. You see the resemblance here?
The losers. They're not losers. I love them all.
No, but that's what they're called. The losers make the point that the entire town is it in some way, Pennywise. Mm-hmm. Pennywise was there before the town was founded. The first settlement that was there was slaughtered to a man, and since then, Pennywise has been feasting and permeating the town with his wickedness. And then Mike, who's a character in the Loser Club, makes the point that the murder rate in Derry is 3 or 4 times the national average for a town that size, and yet no one knows. And every 27, 28 years when the cycle hits, because the Pennywise comes back every 27 years, it shoots up to a phenomenal rate. So, like, the deaths spike. And then the town was founded on the lair of a psychotic, shape-changing evil space spider, which is what Pennywise is. And Hawkins is kind of built around, having Hawkins Lab and all that. And so when the heart of the town dies, it takes the town with it.
I really need to watch it.
You need to watch it, because now I'm like reading this, like I'm reading someone's explanation on this. I'm like, fuck, maybe that really does just kind of like solidify my thoughts more. But basically, I just think that like killing Vecna will kind of take away the evil of the town.
Oh no, absolutely.
And like possibly make it cease to exist.
Okay. Just 2 questions, not with the theory, in general. When was Hawkins founded? And was Hawkins Lab there before the town?
That's a great question. We probably don't have answers to it.
There's probably not. I'm probably going too in-depth into this.
Founded in 1903.
Okay, so it's not like the Creel family was like one of the first to be in Hawkins.
Following the Second World War, Hawkins Lab was established as one of the several national laboratories across the United States. This still doesn't really give you much, but it gives you some kind of timeline. I don't know. It's just like an interesting thing to think about, especially with how much they do kind of focus on like horror and classic horror. It wouldn't be so far off.
I just had one more question. No, I forgot it. It had something to do with the lab.
Maybe you should watch it.
In a very well-lit area in the middle of the day.
Yeah, no. And also, I will send you a link of all the jump scares because I have to watch it with the list of jump scares because they're constant. They're fucking awful.
Right.
Or you can watch the mini series from 1990, but it's really fucking boring. I've never finished it.
What?
In mini series, it's like a 3-hour long movie or something like that.
What it is better, the original or the remake?
The remake.
Is it really?
Everybody agrees that it's the remake. Because the original is like basically just like it's a mini series. So it was adapted into a mini series in the 90s. And like it's very long, it's old, it's like
Okay.
Yeah. It just isn't as good. And I think they did really well and updated it as best they could. I still think Tim Curry's Pennywise is scarier though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He scares
I just
the
think
shit
he's
out.
scary in general.
Yeah, no, me too.
Well, I didn't mention this, but on the realm of horror. So apparently,
Oh, is this the Michael theory?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it first because I didn't really write anything down on it. Last one. This kind of goes back to the theory that Eddie's alive. This is by
all of our theories are about Eddie being alive.
This is from Jaden Bricker. And basically his theory is that in I don't know if it was season 3 or during the episode 4 of season 4, where there's apparently a tombstone that says Ayers and was supposed to say Myers to pay homage to Michael Myers.
Also, they spelt Myers wrong. If they were trying to go that way, they spelt it wrong. It's not with an A. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a production error.
Sorry.
So
it's my favorite horror movie.
It could have been Will Byers, but they forgot the B. That would be a different. Ooh. We're not gonna go there.
Maybe that's foreshadowing.
It's fine.
Can we kill Lonnie instead? Their dad?
So he says that maybe you should explain this. This is your favorite movie. I don't really know much about Halloween.
So in season 2, during the Trick or Treat Freak episode for Halloween, Max dresses as Michael Myers. And then in this season, in volume 2, Eddie asks if anybody has like a mask or a bandana or something. And Max gives him the Michael Myers mask. And then if you go to Halloween from 1978, the way that they kill Michael Myers is they shoot at him until he falls out over the balcony and onto the ground. And when they go and they look, they look, they see him on the ground, they turn around, they look again, and he's gone. And so, is it Nancy who's shooting him?
Yeah.
So Nancy's shooting Vecna, and he falls out of the Creel house over the balcony. They see his body on the ground, and then they look again, and it's not there. So it's basically shot for shot, and you can't kill Michael Myers. Or can you? And it's kind of the same thing with Vecna. So.
But they also think that since Eddie wore the mask and that Max wore the mask.
Maybe they can't be killed either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
That is interesting.
I wouldn't mind that being true.
Me either.
Yeah. It is a good theory, actually.
It is.
It could simply just be an homage, but.
Yeah.
Or just like a really good Easter egg because they have the Michael mask in it. But no, I think that'd be a really good theory.
That scene was just funny in general when Eddie just popped out where I was like, bruh.
I lost my mind. I'm like, oh my god, my crush in my horror crushes mask. I love this. Get Jamie Lee Curtis in season 5, I beg of you. She would kick ass.
She would.
Jamie Lee Curtis would save Hawkins. This I know.
She would. Because she's the final girl.
Exactly. Get Nev Campbell in there too while we're at it.
For real. Keep her employed. I think that out of all the theories, though,
I believe yours.
thank you, I appreciate that. I was gonna say I believe Vecna taking over Will's body to be the most realistic one.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just still curious how they're doing this. I'm Googling this to make sure you're right. 5-year time jump. If you just shot stuff sooner, your kids wouldn't have grown up so fast. Duffer Brothers, get your shit together and start writing season 5 right now.
Let us into the writers' room.
Please do. I will give some fabulous ideas.
Yeah.
All of them will revolve Eddie coming back to life.
I'll bring Eddie back to life. I will help you with your Halloween references. I got you, boo. I'm great at casting, clearly. Yeah. I just want to like sit and watch them like edit. I want to know how they do it. I want to know how they did Hawkins.
Have you seen that?
Of how they did the scene with Max?
No, they were editing the season until the day it was released.
No, I saw that.
I was like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Apparently there was like special effects they still wanted to add in.
Yeah.
And someone was like, you might as well just like watch it and like in the morning because you're gonna miss out on stuff. And I'm like, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Everything will get spoiled.
Like, you should have like waited until later.
But I don't know what would have been changed.
I don't know either.
It wouldn't affect anything for me.
Yeah, true.
I got my job for Endgame. That's all I wanted.
I want Eddie to live, and I didn't get that.
See, personally, Volume 2 ends at about 7 minutes in. The rest doesn't exist. Joyce and Hopper make out, and that's how Season 4 ends.
I'll take Eddie playing Master Puppets in that there.
That's where it can end, and that's our cliffhanger until Season 5.
But I really want to know what other people's theories are, because I'm very interested.
I think we could definitely do this again when a trailer or like more information comes out for Season 5.
I love that you think it's gonna be, yeah.
But like, you know, hopefully we're still doing this. Hopefully it's more successful.
In 2024.
Hopefully people still watch us in 2024. Hopefully you don't ditch me by then. And then we'll be able to do, you know, another video. Maybe by then, David Harbour will come on our podcast. I think he'd have so much fun with this. I will. That too. I will campaign until the day I die to get David Harbour on here because I think he would have fun with us. I still think we should just do a Winona Ryder filmography deep dive and invite him on.
He would love it.
He'd show up with his Ryder mug and Winona Forever hat, and I love that.
I love him.
I know, he's so cute. Anyway, that's it. My brain hurts.
So I already had a headache to begin with, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse because this show's too confusing.
Thank you for joining us on this episode, this bonus episode of Enter the Fangirls. You can keep up with us on social media. Our YouTube and Instagram are Enter the Fangirls, and our Twitter is Enter Fangirls.
Make sure you follow us wherever you listen to your podcast, and we can't wait for you to join us on our next episode. Once again, I'm Lexie.
I'm Sam, and this has been Enter the Fangirls.